What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the July 31st edition of the comicbookinvest.com Hot 10 list. I am Bryan McClay, Tales from the Flipside crew, here with the one and only writer, Ben Stein. I got Mighty Mel V below, and the return of the Bird City crew that way. What's up, guys?
Yo.
Everybody is super stoked. We got the crew back together. We got the fam back together, and we already got people in the chat. So we want to say thank you to everybody who is joining us tonight. I see Gem City Comics in there. I see Paul Diggs Comics in there. Thank you for watching. We've got a fun show tonight, and I believe after this show, you got a drunken chat, son, right?
You know it. Going on tonight. Another marathon. You know what I mean? Another marathon of giveaways. I got some real nice books to give away. Buckle your seat, you know what I'm saying? And let's get ready.
Amen.
Nice.
Amen.
I feel like Mel waits all week for Friday night.
Yeah. It's fun for me again, I'll tell you that.
I can picture Mel at Bevmo walking up and down the wine aisle going, that's not drunken chat, son. I need a nice Pinot
Noir or something.
Pinot Noir.
Shout out to the Mighty Mel V YouTube channel where you guys can watch It's Drunken Chat. Also check out It's Drunken Chat on Instagram at It's Drunken Chat, son. And shout out to the Bird City crew. Everybody that watches Bird City Comics on Facebook. Much love to you all. You guys had some great news. You guys had a couple exclusives drop recently. Yes. And if I'm not mistaken, you might have sold out on them.
We did. We had we dropped a White Widow #5, and then we dropped an I Make Boys Cry #1. A little competition action. You guys go back, watch the show from tonight. I had a cover. She had a cover. She kicked my ass. But we appreciate all the love and support either way.
And you guys can find that show on Facebook.com/BirdCityComics and check them out on Instagram at BirdCityComics.com. Also, go cop yourself an infinity frame over at BirdCityComics.com. So.
Hell yeah. Oh, I need to send you guys frames, by the way. So don't forget, PM me later.
All right.
I got a ton of 9/8s I want to put in some frames.
Well, what are you talking about? You're just giving them away.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a care package.
Oh, we're going to hook you up.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do.
Let's get in on the show tonight. We're going old school tonight. We're going to start with, of course, the honorable mentions, the Golden Age comics. Now, this, Ben, is another colorful Golden Age comic to add to the list.
Yeah, Red Seal Comics #20. I have no idea what's going on this cover. Can somebody please help me out? I mean, you got this chick falling from this big skeleton who's got a big magnet. So what was he holding her up with? Is she a robot? Is she made of metal? I don't know. And then this little dude is like shooting the skeleton, and he's got it's like a water pistol. It's like one continuous stream of water. Like, what is going on?
You got Skeletor's uncle messing with this, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah, you lost me on this one.
I don't know where he got the cape from to go along with that hat, but whoever dressed him just needs to stop.
Yeah, what's the deal with the magnet? That magnet is that supposed to be like death, and he's pulling her towards death?
I don't know, but she's fallen though, so it's so confusing. But I don't know. I mean, a 5.5 sold this week for $1,100. The last sale that I could find was in 2013. An 8.5 sold for $660. So, I mean, I can't imagine having an 8.5 from a book from the 40s. But I'm sure there's only been like 5 sales of this in the last 10 years. So
yeah,
it's pretty daggone rare. But
what are they doing in the graveyard? First of all, with a Zorro hat and a cape.
Man, I don't know. I mean, you feel like sometimes the editors were like, all right, cover artist, Mr. Cover Artist, just think of the most bizarre thing you could think of and throw that on the cover, and that's what we're going with.
So, but before smoke this shit.
Yeah. That's the funny part. Can you imagine somebody sliding you that art and you being like, yes,
That's what we were looking for.
Yes, sir. This is what we're running.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yeah, nailed it. And then you got
That's a good show.
Karate Kid's son in the background. All you need is a bonsai tree in front of that. Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, is that a sun or a moon? It's weird. All right, on to the next honorable mention. Grit #1 from Scout Comics.
Definitely can't wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mel, do you know about this book? Because I don't know much about this.
I didn't get a chance to pick it up yet, but I do definitely want to read it, and I want to see what it's about. I heard it's about trolls. This guy's going around fucking up trolls, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, amen. Thumbs up on that one.
Yeah, this is the second Scout book that we've had on honorable mentions the last few weeks. The last one was that It Eats What Feeds It.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago.
Evasive Angels.
Yeah, I mean, so this one's selling like 10 to 15, but there's more copies that I saw for sale than the last one that It Eats What Feeds It. So I'm not really sure, and that one's only selling about less than $10. So I'm not sure if this one people are overpaying for this. Probably, but I don't really know much about the story. So
I definitely want to read it. I want to check it out.
Troll lives matter, so let's go.
Amen. All right.
Really, Mel?
Don't encourage him, Mel. I'll tell you what he's thinking.
Before we get into the hot 10, we want to remind everybody to make sure you guys go check out the list every week at comicbookinvest.com, where you guys will see all these amazing articles, and new articles every week. It's like Wizard. That's the best way for me to explain it. If you guys love reading about comics, history of comics that are coming out, just good reads, go check out comicbookinvest.com. And we'll get into number 10 this week, which is Captain Marvel number 18, Empire tie-in. What we got going on here?
Yeah, so apparently this is the first appearance of Lori L. Am I saying that right? Lori L?
Sounds right.
That's what I was saying.
Is that like kind of like Marvel? Is that like related to Marvel?
Is it his daughter?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to apologize up front. I'm a little. I went back to work last week, and I've been in training the last 2 weeks, so my mind is a little scattered. So I haven't got to really read up on anything brand new. And this is one of the ones that's brand new. So
I had a couple people reach out to me about this and said, "Hey, can we go ahead and get Captain Marvel number 18?" I said, "Yeah, let me try to request them for you." And then I was like, "Hey, are you guys pulling a fast one on me here? Why are you guys requesting this book? And I don't know anything about it." So after a little bit of research, you're talking first appearance. They talk some movie stuff, but other than that, I think it's going to be. What did the guy tell me about the second and third print? Some type of spec on the cover for the second and third printings.
Half sister of Carol Danvers.
So yeah, everybody's looking for next gen superheroes.
You're right. You're right.
And when you mentioned the second and third print, I actually put that in the article.
Oh, it's right
on the
there.
website. Yeah, which is really funny because I put it as a joke because I feel like that's all anybody's doing anymore is they're waiting for a first appearance and then just waiting for the second and third prints. Because the second and third prints are going to end up being 5 times what the first print is. So I just made it as a joke.
Dude,
market be wilding, man. The market be wilding.
Marvel drives me nuts with all the covers, but the second and third print collecting has been kind of fun.
It is. It's nice. Here's what I will say about second and third print collecting. It's been hot for a little while, but it's just gone nuclear lately. And second and third print issues are books that you can still find in boxes. And that's what makes it exciting. I think people are excited about digging in boxes again. That's what, the speculation market, in my opinion, makes it exciting to go dig through boxes. So second and third print, fourth prints, whatever, that's what people are doing. They know they can go find these still in, half price books, their local comic shop, wherever you can go find books, second and third prints are there because back in the day, second and third prints used to be considered, fodder. They weren't sold. And in all honesty, those late printings have less copies. And I think the game change was made once they started changing the covers a little bit, whether it's tint of the color, adding a picture, interior art, that's when the change was made. But we'll get on to number 9 this week, which is Batman number 28. Another interesting one that I think has multiple printings. Does it not, Ben?
I don't think this one has multiple printings, but it does have many covers.
And it has a combo pack variant also.
It's got a combo pack. It's got a Comic-Con I think it's, or maybe it's New York Comic-Con. It's got a Comics Pro maybe. Which one? I can't remember. It's like a whitish. It's like a different color.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like
a red overlay of this one.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different colors of this, but it's the first appearance of Bluebird, and I guess James Tynion said that he's bringing Bluebird back. She has not been around since the New 52, so she has not been in Rebirth at all, which is kind of surprising because, I mean, people were buying her, back in the New 52. I mean, they were buying number 7, which is the first appearance of Harper Row, and then 28, which is the first appearance of her as Bluebird. But basically, this has dropped all the way back down to like a $5 book. Now it's 15 to 20 again. There's a lot of copies out there. So my guess is, if you are thinking that Bluebird is going to be some kind of a thing, maybe don't invest in this first, this A cover. The steampunk. This is a steampunk. I think 28s were the steampunk, right?
Yeah. Yanni's saying there is a steampunk variant.
Yeah. Okay. So this was a steampunk. Then it does have the combo pack, and it does have the Comics Pro or whichever one it was. So those would probably be the ones that I would go after, because those are going to be much harder to find.
Right on.
Yeah. All right. Also, shout out to Doc J up in Mel's neighborhood. He's asking, where is Ben tonight? If you guys don't know, now you know. Ben will have a nice little picture behind him of where he's at, and it's a fun little game we play in the chat. Go ahead and try and figure out where he's at, and if you guys guess it, he'll change it, and you can guess the next one. Just a little fun we have here on whenever Ben's hanging out.
It's always from a movie.
There
always
you go.
Or possibly, I guess it's never been from a TV show, but I guess it could be. But
we need a soundbite that goes, "Where is Ben?"
I like it. On to number 8. Strange Academy. I've heard a lot of people talking about this one for a while. Matter of fact, Mighty Mel V has been talking about this one for a little bit. Strange Academy number 1.
Not in a good way.
I know, not in a good way, but here it is. It's selling.
Wait, why not in a good way?
I hate magic. I think we've been through this.
Oh, what?
Wait, Mel, you hate magic?
We got to rethink our relationship, Mel.
I'm pretty sure we spoke about this. Remember the pencil trick? The reason why I hate magic.
But that made you hate all magic?
Hey, you gotta remember, Mel's a flat earther. No dinosaurs.
Nah, I don't do flat Earth, dude.
He's a flat earther.
I mean, for those who don't know, I really hate magic and I really hate dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are not big ass birds. I keep telling people. They were just big ass birds. It wasn't no special Jurassic Park shit. No, man. It wasn't. No, that out with that.
Mel, do you like Harry Potter?
No.
Well, that's the worst. That's got like flying things and magic.
Fuck him, Hermione, all of them.
I will say that.
Dinosaurs?
I was Hermione for Halloween 3 years in a row.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Mel. All right.
Shout out to Strange Academy and Kid Dormammu or whoever his name is.
He looks badass.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah. So whatever was going on with this book, last week it was like 75. This is the 1 in 25 variant. And somebody said that I guess the 1 in 50, the
Opina?
The Opena, that not all the characters are on that one. This one has all the characters on it. So this one might be more long term. This one might be a better play than the Opena, even though it's kind of it's got that Breakfast Club homage or whatever on the Opena. But to be honest, I thought that this book would kind of soften, because we kind of talked about it. This is like way in the future spec. I mean, these characters are not going to be part of anything for years, if ever. But I mean, it's going to be years down the road.
Are you guys getting like an X-Men vibe? Like, Professor Xavier's Academy situation here. The next gen again.
I see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen, I've been saying this for like 3 weeks. I'm gonna give this book a chance. I am. And the blue dude in the back looks crazy. I like his look. And Doramaru Jr. He looks crazy. I'm gonna give this book a chance. But I hate magic.
Yeah, I made my daughter refuses to read comic books. And I made her read it. And she read it like 5 times. It's my screensaver on my phone. So Mel, give it a chance.
I'm gonna give it a chance.
We'll send you your Slytherin tie in the mail.
Yeah.
Slytherin.
Strange
Fuck them too.
Top 10 list, though.
Oh, cool.
And by the way,
You're
definitely a Hufflepuff.
He's a Hufflepuff.
I have given one away on It's Drunken Chat Son tonight. Issue
Mel,
number
do I
1.
qualify?
Yeah, just come through and just say hello, and your name go on the wheel of names.
Hey,
There you go. That's how you win. That's how you win books on It's Drunken Chat, son. Stop in, say hello, give a thumbs up, yeah, Laura, man, you got people already saying, get down on that shot, man. What's going on?
This is Crown Neat, so she's go for it.
I weigh $110, so he can drink a lot more than I can.
I don't weigh $110.
On to number 7, Beauty, Jenny Frison. I love to see Jenny Frison back in the Hot 10 list. I love Jenny Frison. I love this cover. Beautiful cover.
Jenny Frison?
It should be Frison, but Frison.
It's prison.
But it is prison, yeah.
It's prison like prison.
Yep.
Oh.
Parlez français is Frison.
Frison.
Yep. It's prison like prison. But yes, it's a gorgeous book. I'm surprised I don't know there's any Beauty news, right? I mean, this book was a $15-$20 book. Now it's $60.
What font is it?
What?
Yeah, it's a $45 to $60 book now.
So it's a Vogue homage cover.
It looks like Vogue, yeah.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I mean, it's a gorgeous cover.
It is beautiful.
The stories, I read the first few issues. It's a weird story, but it's interesting for sure.
Was it some kind of like beauty products just make people go crazy, turn into zombies or something like that?
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. I mean, but I haven't heard like any option news or anything like that recently.
I can see something like this on Netflix though.
But
yeah,
I mean, if it ever happens, this is going to be the cover to get for sure.
I think I have one.
Do you have one? Because I want it. But real quick, Brandon Barton, one of our loyalists, just says, "Did Ant just put Mel on the cover of his daughter?" What's up, Brandon?
Brandon, what up, baby? How you doing, man?
If it makes you feel any better, she's gifted. If that helps.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I like this one. Doc J says it looks like she's channeling Bob Marley. Yes.
I was thinking the same thing, Doc J. It looks like, some smoke, maybe.
Yeah,
but I think
I'm all for that.
Frison usually has much harsher lines, but she kind of softened it up a little bit on the neckline here, which I like.
Yeah.
It's a different version of her artwork. You can still tell it's her, but
it's her same coloring. It's very neutral, earth tony.
But those bright yellows and the eyes and everything, that works.
I dig it.
Laura being an art critic. Well, that's what's up, girl.
Laura actually was an art
teacher.
She was an art teacher.
When it comes to art, this is what kind of draws me to it. And
Laura doesn't collect art lines. She collects artists, so she does.
Nice.
It's nice for me to see Frison in the Hot 10 again, like I said, because I'm a big Jenny Frison fan. And I am very surprised that she's not getting she didn't get the type of love that Peach Momoko is getting. And that being said, at number 6 on the list is this beautiful Peach Momoko cover. I talked about this last week. In my opinion, when she does like non-superhero covers, she blows it out of the park. When she gets back to like a traditional art style, her traditional art style roots, like that is when she is second to none. And this is one of those covers where I really like this cover. Sleeping Beauty's number 1 from IDW, which was also one of the crazy variants that was offered at San Diego Comic-Con at home.
That was my next question.
Yep.
There was a rumor out there that Peach can't draw necks, so she might be the Rob Liefeld can't draw feet or necks. That Spider-Man joint. Spider-Man was great.
Yeah.
I got to keep an eye. keep an eye on her next. That's
All
No
right.
next for her. Liefeld, no feet, hands are
That's
going.
so,
Well, this one, yeah. I mean, this was on the list last week because it was selling for $100. It moved up to 150 now, so I'm not 100% surprised because there's only 200 of them, and the Usagi was $500, $500, and it was the same print run. So I'm not surprised that this went up and Usagi either held or came down a little bit this week.
I want Usagi. That's Usagi.
Hey Ben,
great,
so
dude.
Rob just said that it has an ugly giant IDW logo in the front cover. Do you think that takes away from the book itself?
All the San Diego Comic-Con ones, that's how IDW has always kind of done it. It's like a big circle, like right at the bottom it says IDW Convention Edition or something like that. And I don't know why they do that, because I think it even says it like right up underneath the IDW issue number 1. I think it says convention exclusive underneath there. I don't know why they would put the big spot on the bottom. I don't know why they do that. I saw that on something from one of their ones from last year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't get this one, so
It's like
Yeah.
artists like that and have to put shit all over it.
Negate.
excellent.
Thank you to everybody. By the way, thank you to
Here
Yeah.
they come.
thank you to everybody in the chat. We love the live chat going strong. We really appreciate you guys being in there and chatting with us. It makes the
Bryan,
show so much fun.
Brandon goes, that's being negative.
Yes. Good job.
All right.
Good job,
On
Brandon.
to number 5, and this is I'm glad that the Usagi book wasn't on here this week, because it'd be 2 books that I like grails to me that I can't find, and that is Invincible number 1. I just can't find this book. I've never been able to find it in the wild, never seen it even for sale.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've seen this one time, and it was on a shelf about 3 years ago, and it was, I think the guy wanted $250 raw on the wall, and I passed. And I should have bought it.
It's very hard to get in high grade. Very tough to find this book in the high grade.
Yeah.
Larry's Comics, he had a variant for this. It looks the same cover.
Same cover, it just says Larry's Comics on a big circle on the cover.
So,
but I shout out to Larry's Comics,
absolutely.
like being on this book right off the get go.
Yeah.
Just
on to the next book.
I read that too.
Oh my god. Brandon Sesson says he bought his 10 years ago for about 50. Good on you. Hopefully you still have it, brother. This is one of those books that usually when it gets put into a collection, it's not going anywhere because they're huge Invincible or Robert Kirkman fans. Something that comes to mind is a show that Mel did the other night with Andy. Andy is a big, huge Saga fan. And those Saga fans, just like Invincible fans, they buy everything that's out there, put it in their collection, and it's not going anywhere. So this is a book that is just going to get even harder to find.
Yeah, this had dropped. 9/8 had dropped back before COVID. This had dropped. 9/8 had dropped down to like $600-700. I should have bought one then, but I don't generally spend $600-700 on a book, but especially a modern book. But you would have paid off. It just set an all-time high this week, 1635 sale. So those people that bought it 4 months ago for $700-800, you're making a really nice profit.
Well, not only is this book gone crazy, but so has his quote-unquote first appearance, which is Noble Causes Family Secrets, I think, number 1. It has a variant cover, which he is actually on the B cover, and that B cover is harder to get. It's a homage to X-Men Days of Future Past, and he's on one of the posters in the background, and that is quote unquote his first appearance. That B cover of that Noble Causes book is going crazy too in 9.8. I want to say it's like $1,000 book in 9.8 also right now. So be on the lookout for that one also.
Has
Do
anybody
you
ever
think-
read this?
Go ahead, Anthony.
Have you guys read this book?
Yes, amazing story. This is by far one of the best comics to come out in the last 20 years. This is, to me, where Robert Kirkman really got his chops. I know everybody loves Walking Dead, but this book was everybody was talking about this book way before Walking Dead. I remember people talking about how good this book was and going crazy about it when it was coming out weekly. For some reason, it fell off because of the heat of Walking Dead. But this is a great series, and if you can get the compendiums, these guys right here.
He always got a book right next to him.
So if you guys can get these compendiums, they're absolutely gorgeous.
Bryan, I need to borrow that.
I'll bring it over tomorrow, brother.
My man. All right.
What about this craziness? Here we go. We're talking third, second, late printings, and this is one that is just going nuts right now. $150, $100 raws, something like that.
140, I've heard.
Yeah, I'm confused. I really am. I mean,
It's still first appearance.
Rarity.
no.
It's not. This is an Edge of Spider-Verse, Mel.
I mean, it's kind of the same. I guess it's kind of the same, along the same lines as like, Miles when Miles is first in, his first alone series. So I guess that's kind of, this is, if you can't get, Edge of Spider-Verse 2, I guess you go this. And I guess maybe since Edge of Spider-Verse is now $1,000 book as well, it's kind of, I price people out. I think the average or somewhat average collector it's hard for them to spend $1,000 on a book. Maybe they're just okay with 150 on a rare this, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
Spider-Gwen's first solo series then? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
So you got Spider-Gwen first solo series. Yeah, so I guess this is a backup to if you can't get Spider-Verse number 2.
I can't. The second, third print. I really can't keep up. I mean, I know it's fun digging in the bins for them, but I wouldn't even know what to look. I wouldn't even know where to start. I was bad up. I can't even find first prints. On third, I'm like, you know what? Tap it out.
It's funny because as soon as I saw this one, I thought to myself, my daughter's got one of these in her comic box, but it's a first print.
Yep.
Laura just whispered, she's like, we gotta go steal it out of her.
We gotta go steal it.
You replace it with a Strange Academy until it was magic.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's Academy to worth money too.
I think the Mel V headshot instead.
Yeah.
Where's my book going? There's Mel V, like
this. Magic.
You know what?
She's like, Dad, where is my Spider-Gwen? Why is it replaced with this It's Drunken Chat Son poster?
The crazy thing about this book is that there's so few copies. Now, when I say few, I want to say something like under 3,000, maybe. If my memory is working well tonight, which it probably isn't, but there's so few copies of this. It being a third print, and like I said, they changed the color to the cover a little bit. Obviously, the green tones are what you recognize first of all. So
Second print.
it's a little bit of I get it when some collectors get angry when these late printings go crazy, and you're okay to feel whatever you want. But listen, when there's people out there that love Spider-Gwen, they want it all. They want it all. I forget who was saying it. Somebody says it's like Pokemon. You got to catch them all. And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
When you're a fan of these books, it's like Pokemon. You got to get them all.
Hey, you know how you can tell people that hate second, third, fourth prints? They won't call them second prints. They call them reprints.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
So if you see people going, I don't understand why people are buying reprints, it's because they don't like second prints. They don't like third prints. That's an easy telltale sign, and I've seen it a lot here recently where they'll put reprint in capital letters, like they just want to hammer it down people's throats that this is a reprint. Okay, I get it. It's not the first print. Our old collecting minds, it goes all the way back to just regular books. Collecting. Yeah, you want the first printing. Okay, that was the old school thought.
Yeah.
That's collecting has changed. The last 10 years, it is so different than it was 20 years ago. I mean, it's so different. if you haven't changed and your mind is still stuck, back in the 90s or late, or early 2000s, you're passed by. You're missing all kinds of opportunities.
Preach, brother, preach.
Yeah. I mean, you say 20 years ago. It's changed 20 weeks ago.
Well, I mean, but I'm not surprised. I mean, I'll be honest. For the past 5 years, I have bought tons of second and third printings. I mean, I need to actually go through my stuff and see how many second and third printings I've bought that are just sitting out there in my garage. Because my mind was, these things are probably pretty hard to find. And if something ever happens, those are the books that I like, are books that nobody else has.
Sandman 75, perfect example. I mean, that's like a grail for some collectors. And that second print, that Sandman 75 second print, is so hard to find that people will pay a major premium for it.
So I should stop using this one as a coaster then. Jesus.
Yes.
I mean, do you think going forward people are going to start ordering more of the second, more of the third print, and then eventually there'll be more a print run on the third print be more than the first print?
I don't know if they'll ever surpass the first printing, but I know that when I subscribe to Venom Run in my LCS and I get all printings, and the guy just told me that people are specifically putting down, if it goes to a third print, I want it.
It is.
Last year or 2 years ago when they started having incentive variants on second and third printings?
And Immortal Hulk was at 25?
Yeah, whatever that was. Don't think that Marvel isn't noticing this, and they're going to start incentivizing retailers to order more of these printings. It's a cash cow for them. I mean, gosh, they don't have to do anything.
Shout out to Manny. Manny, the comic collector. Venom #3 third print is a great example. I mean, that book is going. It's beyond nuclear at this point. What that book is selling for. So, and I think Mel even gave one of those away, or is thinking about giving one away. So,
I'll take it.
Right.
Well, but I mean, you think about it. I mean, even in you think about the Spider-Mans with the anti-venom. I mean, those in the Carnages with those second prints. Those were many years ago, and they've been worth money for quite a while. So it's not a new concept at all. It's just surprising that a book like this because it doesn't have any first appearances, that it would jump to $150. I mean, this one really surprised me.
Yeah, well, neither does Sandman 75 second print. That doesn't have any first appearances in it, does it?
It does not.
Did you get my message I sent you about the Spider-Man 12? Remember I said, yo, this book is going to crack 1,000?
Oh, that Eisenhoff?
Almost $2,000.
Yeah, for 9/8. Because I'll be honest, because I looked and I saw the 9/8 sales that were $1,600 and $1,800.
Yeah.
But the raws were still only about $200. So I realized that that's probably not an easy 9/8 because of that all black.
Yep.
But
what book is that?
I'm bringing it up right now. Hold on 1 second.
The 1 in 25 Spider-Man 12?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Hold on.
yeah, it's got Miles and Spider-Gwen on it.
It's that book to the right there. Yeah. The one to the right.
Laura.
And a lot of those covers on the spine is one little color breaking spine thing. A lot of those books. I think when last time I checked was maybe 4 9/8 on census.
So Laura and I have a theory, okay, guys, real quick.
Oh God. Okay.
If couples are holding hands like this,
They're happy.
nothing happened yesterday. If they're holding hands like this, they did it.
Oh yeah.
I
Solid theory.
want all my CGC graders to hold hands like that with this stuff.
Good night. They did it.
They did it, baby. They're feeling it.
It's on. Okay, sorry. Continue.
On to #3 this week. Another book that we've been talking about a lot lately, and that's Thor #5. Donny Cates just breathing more excitement into the comic community every tweet he puts out.
Man, freaking this Thor, man, gosh, it's like it reminds me of
Immortal Hulk.
The Immortal Hulk. Yeah, the buzz from Immortal Hulk.
Yep.
It's like there.
Very organic. A great read.
Like everybody, like you pretty much. I bet everybody's going into their LCS is saying, pull me Thor.
Yeah. Which is good because when it first came out, I mean, that was buzz when it first came out. Like, this is a great read. It's one of the best stories I ever read. Then the buzz started catching on. Then you throw Donny Cates, doing what Donny Cates do. You throwing in a couple of great first appearances, cameos. You throw in number 2, they had the little DC teaser. Nuclear.
Yeah, so this number 5 was $40 last week. It is now $80.
$80.
$80 raw. The Ribic variant is close to $300, I believe.
$300.
That's the one you passed on, right, Mel?
Yeah, but I've been the bullet. This I bit the bullet. I bit the bullet and did some wild shit.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
have you guys seen Thor number 6 sales today?
That's the pre-sale. That comes out in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah. So Mel, we got a part of our selling network. We got Thor number 6, the Kyle Hotz cover.
Mm-hmm.
Laura and I are going to send you a trade so you can give away on Drunken Chat.
Appreciate you.
You're welcome. This is a good one.
Thank you. I appreciate
I got friends like when you go places, friends are like, "Hey, bro, I need you to hook me up. You're getting this cover right." I'm like, "Nah, son, I don't know you full price." But we know Mel. Mel, we're gonna send you one to give away.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much. I really am honored. Thank you.
So is number 5? Is this Thor number 5? And you guys probably know better than I do. Is it really? I mean, is this like the confirmed first full appearance of this Black Winter character?
I don't know. I think he was definitely in 2.
That's why we're gonna get to that. But that's why I'm trying to figure. That's why I'm trying to figure out the sales on this particular book. I mean, is there is it pretty much? Is that what the community has kind of decided?
So we sent. This depends on the community will accounts. We sent an email to CGC. And CGC sent us an email back saying that they will acknowledge this as the first full appearance.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's great information right there.
Venom 26. Venom 26 was the same thing. We sent them both. Which one is the confirmed? You're going to put it on the sticker. And they said, we're going to acknowledge Thor 5 and Venom 26.
But the free comic book day was the first virus.
They're not going to acknowledge that one as the first virus.
Well, they need to because
free comic book days books should never be a first appearance. Never.
Remember, Ben and I went back and forth about this a while back.
Yes, we did on Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Right. Umbrella Academy is selling. It sells more than number 1. No.
Yeah, it does.
Of course it does, but it shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm starting to lean more towards on Ben's side on this. So
just like we were talking, how the market changes from week to week, it'll change from day to day. You can't get angry at the market. The market. I will say this again. I'm going to talk about the show that Mel was on last night with Andy. What's the name of Andy's show, Mel?
Any Given Thursday. Great show. Great guy.
Show. Yeah, go check out Comic Man Andy. Any Given Thursday on Comic Core YouTube channel. There was a great show last night. Mel and Nico were on, and Nico had an amazing moment where he was talking about how the market and the spec community is like the ocean, and that you can't scream at the tides, or you just have to either jump in and learn to surf it or get out of the way.
Bryan, that was beautiful.
That's Nico. I got to give my man Nico, like the dude knows how to.
Hold on.
Our Nico or his Nico? Is it our Nico?
Yeah.
Nico with an N.
Yep.
Nico.
And yeah. Nico is super smart on this stuff.
Nico. We have a Nico, so.
and he killed it with that
analogy.
Yeah, that analogy was whew, and that's exactly what it is.
I would have basically said either shit or get off the pot, but it's the same thing.
I was gonna say too. My analogies are more hood.
Yeah, either shit or get off the pot. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Thor number 5. This is your girlfriend's hot sister. Pick it up.
Well, here's one thing I will say is that anything can change, and we know that, and the market decides eventually. So we'll see what happens with all this stuff. But if you're really worried, just buy both of them. Just buy both of them. If you're really worried, get both of them.
There you go.
I don't think anybody has guessed yet where Ben is at. So
I did. I know where he is.
Is this something
Oh,
for Star
boy.
Wars?
Put it in the side chat, and I'll tell you if
Okay.
you're right.
all right. On to number 2 this week, and here we are. Oh boy, there it is. The
We
book
just talked
that
about
we were
this.
just talking about, Thor number 2, and here we are. A lot of you look at people like Mel. You talked about them last week, the Young Gunners.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Young Gunners, baby.
they're changing. There's people out there that are putting in work, that are doing this, and whether you like it or not, you got to give it to them for just at least putting out their case for what should be and what they think should be. There's gonna be a case where it's gonna come up where somebody's gonna have to do some really deep diving, and I've even seen Lucas do it on It's Drunken Chat Son on this Black Winter stuff. So there's some deep diving that has been done over the past couple months on this book. There's gonna be more deep diving to come, and this book's going crazy too, and that's Thor number 2.
For multiple reasons.
Yeah. This thing, man.
Yeah,
this
Ben,
thing-
I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it 2.5x this week from last week. Went from 40 to 100 raw.
$100 for number 2.
Yep.
Wow. Now you got the Thor. You got the heat on Thor, right? Just to start it off. You got the heat on Thor. Top of that, you got a cameo or first appearance, depending on what you want to do with it, of the Black Winter. On top of that, you got the DC stuff going on in that book. On top of that, Strange Academy preview. Magic, motherfuckers. Magic.
All right, I want to
Perfect storm.
Yeah, son. Magic, motherfuckers.
Magic, motherfuckers. Tagline.
But I don't see anybody else but me talking about this and a couple other people. There is a 1 in 25. This is not getting no love. A 1 in 25 with no store variants. Think about that.
Well, that's the
Think
thing
about
right now. So people they're waiting for the dust to settle. So they're buying 2, they're buying 5. Eventually, the dust will settle, and you'll know if you won or lost.
Listen, that 1 in 25, right? It's. Let me not big this up too much before I get accused of pumping and dumping. But yeah.
Well, here's an interesting thing, and Rain in 3 says there's like 6 books that have that Strange Academy.
True indeed.
That is very
True
true. But also, there's like 3 or 4 books that have the Invincible preview in it. I think it's there's a Savage Dragon, there's a G.I. Joe book, and a He-Man book that all have that Invincible preview in it, and those still sell for a pretty penny because of the Invincible preview. So it depends on what happens with Strange Academy. But if Strange Academy goes crazy, that will obviously add to this book. It's adding to this book right now.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
No, was the incentive variant on this? Was that the design variant?
No, it's an Inhoc Lee.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any on eBay right now.
Yeah, I see one on here for $150.
I ain't telling you what to do with your money, man. But
Raws are selling for 100
for the variant. Think about that.
That's the 1 in 25.
Think about that. the normal cover is selling for 100. The 1 in 25 is selling for 100. Think about that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all
That's what you got to think about.
That's all I was gonna say.
Yep. Thor craziness, Donny Cates craziness, but it's not the number 1 book this week. The number 1 book this week is an oldie but goodie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Raphael one-shot, first appearance of Casey Jones. This is a book that I remember a couple years ago had jumped off again, and you could literally find this book in back issue bins for the longest time. Not anymore.
Yeah, this is. If you don't know anything about this book, this is oversized. This is like the same size as the old Turtle books. It's big, so it's tough to get high grade. And the back cover, if I remember correctly, the back cover is all black, and it picks up fingerprints like instantly, like bad. Like you can't get them off. Like you put your fingerprint on it, that's it. It's smudged. But pretty much across the board this week, and I don't know what was this week. I know that this book has been trending up for quite a while, but this week 9.4, 9.6, and 9.8 all hit all-time highs, like big time. 9.6s sold for $650. The beginning of this year, it was $3 1/4. 9.4 sold for $400. It was only $250, and a 9.8 sold for $1,600, which the previous all-time high was $950.
That's insane.
So, yeah. So this thing exploded this week for some strange reason. I don't know if it's the same buyer. I really don't know. It could have been. I mean, honestly, you think of. I was thinking about this a lot because I do a lot of sports cards as well, and there are some crazy numbers going. I mean, when you see LeBron James rookie selling for $1.8 million.
What?
Yeah. I mean, when you think about that, you're thinking, okay, there's none of us that are going to buy a $1.8 million basketball card. The only people that are buying that are probably LeBron James or, somebody or, his family member or some of these people, some of these actual athletes or celebrities or whatever. There's somebody there's some really rich person that really likes turtles and is probably just going to start buying them all.
New money, Mel.
New money. Market's full of new money.
You can't find them. I mean, you can't. They're so hard to find that when they come up, the people with the money, they're just nailing them. So
I told that I was trying to explain eBay to Laura because when we do our pricing, we try to beat prices, and she's like, "So what do we use for comparison?" And I'm trying to explain to her the method to the madness, and she's like, "There's no consistency.
There isn't."
I said, "No, there's not. You get a book that's hot like this, and somebody that's got money.
Somebody would pay anything for it.
Yeah, they're like, all right, cool.
So how do you price it?
Whatever. So the next guy that comes along says, all right, well that dude paid
the real value?
$2,000. Here's mine's worth $2,000, and then just the market screwed from there for all the Joes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you. I mean, here's an example, Laura. I mean, that same man 75 second print. I had that book. I got it graded. Got a 9.8. There's only 2 on the census. I knew it was hard to find. You could see some raws every once in a while. Most of them were like VF minus, and people would list them for like $250, something like that. But there was no sales at all because there was only 2 9.8s on the census. I threw it on eBay. I put $2,000 on a buy it now or best offer, and I just said I'm just going to let it sit there. Eventually, I got an offer for $1,500, and I took it. I'm like, I'm done. And you just kind of have to say, what kind of random price can I come up with that still is kind of in, and that number has changed so much in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
That number used to probably be 1,000. Now it's $2,000. I mean, you look at that Clone Wars 9.8s, or that's a $2,500 book now. I mean, the
right. Well,
numbers have increased so much on some of those things that you're almost hurting yourself if you sell some of these things for current market price if you think that you can get more.
It's gambling, baby.
Yeah, it's gambling.
It's all gambling.
Like we got a third print Venom 3 9.8 signed by Donnie Cates sitting on my wall right here, and Laura's like, "Do we sell? Do we not sell?
Do we sell or hold?"
Mel said hold. Bryan said sell. We don't know. We're ordering a pizza.
Hey, you're just selling out your own variants, so that's
yeah,
I
right.
can play that game too.
Think about this. The King of Black is coming in November. All new sparking interest in Null. If you sell for $1,500 now, by November you can probably get $2,000 to $2,200.
All right, I said we do a bet here.
Okay.
Okay. If Mel is right.
Oh, Mel's gonna be right.
Mel's over 2 G's right now. He's saying in a couple months, Mel's over 2 G's. If Mel is right,
we'll buy him a pizza and have it sent to his house.
Yes.
I love that.
If Bryan is right, he's saying sell. Now
I get the book.
I'm
He's
saying
I get the book.
Mel's like, I'm sick of pizza, y'all. I'm gonna send you some Mexican food, Mel.
Mexican food, there you go.
I need a salad. I don't need pizza.
Dressing on the side, bro. Don't even say that.
Pope Cerberus the First says that.
I love that name.
Such a great name. Such a great name. It's the Jurjevic 1 in 25 Ultimate Fallout 4 is something that you can kind of compare. Maybe that first Null 2. Is that something that
2,500?
Yeah.
They were in fucking Five Below packs.
They were in the Five Below pack.
No, the Jurjevic's an $8,000 book.
Oh.
What? $8,000?
$8,000
for
The
9/8.
newsstand went for $8,000. There was a sale for $8,000 on the newsstand too.
Jeez.
I regret not going to Five Below and bought every last one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, shout out to if I can find it.
You just missed out on
Boxed wine. Matt would never. He would never.
your Pinot Noir.
Somebody had mentioned in the chat, and I'll find it here in a second, that they found the third print book that we had on earlier, the Spider-Gwen book. Yeah, in the Five Below packs too.
Mm-hmm.
So some of those books were super hard to find, and they didn't get sold at comic shops, so they sold them in those Five Below packs. They dumped a lot of books. Maybe I would love to know the history of the Five Below books. I would love to know the history of those. That would be something for people. Look at that, listing at $12,000 plus. Oh my God.
Crazy.
So yeah, maybe Mel's going to be seeing pizza in his future.
Salad.
We'll stick to it. A salad. What do you think of a salad? Pop.
Yeah.
I ain't sending you no damn salad. You're getting something.
Right.
I got this treadmill coming soon. Your man Brandon said I ain't got no neck for piece of Momoko to draw. I need to get right.
Big shout out.
Big
shout out to everybody in the chat tonight. We want to thank you all. Make sure you guys go to comicbookinvest.com for all your comic speculation needs.
Yep.
Before we end tonight, we're going to play a teaser real quick. But make sure that you guys go check out It's Drunken Chat, son. Following this, make sure you guys go check out birdcitycomics.com. Get your Infinity frame. Check out their variants that they unfortunately, I believe they sold out from. But if they got variants now, hopefully they'll have variants in the future. So make sure you guys keep an eye on their page. And before we get to the end, Ben, do you want to say where were you?
Yeah, I want to know my damn self.
Can you? I can't. So do you guys have any other guesses?
Harry Potter.
Maybe this will help. Can you see this right here behind me? Does that help you?
No.
Dances with Wolves.
Brokeback Mountain?
No. Not Brokeback. It's the final scene from Minority Report.
I was about to say that looks like that looks like something from like where Thanos hung out when it was his last when he found
Similar.
his piece.
Last scene from Minority Report.
I never seen Minority Report. I thought it was I thought it was No Country for Old Men and
You never saw Minority Report?
No, never.
Every time I watch Minority Report or hear the words, I always get fear of being deported. So.
That's true.
You're terrible. All right, guys, we're going to play the teaser, and then we're going to rock out. We will see you next time.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, let's talk about Dave Filoni.
He's probably the most influential person in Star Wars. As much as he credits Lucas, a lot of the stuff, in my opinion and a lot of other fans' opinions, is, if not the direct result of Dave, it's related to Dave somehow that he got that boat in motion.
What we need to figure out is how does Moff Gideon get his hands on the Darksaber, like we've seen in the last scenes of Season 1 of The Mandalorian. We know that stuff. And we know the earlier history of the Darksaber from Rebels. So between what we know and what we know, we've got to get there somehow. And one of the in-betweeners there is Bo-Katan. She's a 12-inch doll, essentially, like this, geared more towards girls. Very beautiful sculpts, well done.
The Clone Wars book where Ahsoka first shows up is a Dark Horse comic. The only thing that is canon in that, as far as story arcs go, is Son of Dathomir.
And then you have what they call the animation cell variants, which were the 1 in 10.
Real cool. We asked some of our friends and some of the people that we know to send in a couple questions.
Hey guys, I thought Task Force 99, also known as Special Commando Advanced Recon, or shortly as SCAR. But basically, they are an elite Imperial Stormtrooper squad that were clones. The first appearance of Task Force 99 is Star Wars 19. Can I get some clarity? Are these guys the comic book iteration of the Bad Batch? If not, what's the difference? Also, what books and arcs are must-haves for their story? Any explanation and help would be greatly appreciated.
Great question.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is.